Have you ever seen a human drumming field in the seemingly ordinary rural site? Strange events have happened in succession. Some people go crazy. Some people meet ghosts. Every night is full of suffocating fear. The black-eyed children in the darkness are like the ghosts who are destined to die. When the villagers cut down the grass to dry, corpses appear suddenly. Is the truth behind this an accident or a human sin? Those who have lived in the countryside know that there is often a drumming field. This is a place where grain is peeled and dried. After the peels are peeled, the beans are dried and the beans are hidden into tall grass. The courtyard is not only a playground for children, adults also love to sit down and weave sweaters. The village where I lived when I was a child also has such a drumming field. But this place is very lively during the day. But it becomes a forbidden place at night. Even if something has to pass, the villagers would rather go around. And the reason behind this has to start with a girl named Fang Wan in the village. That year, when Fang Juan came back from Tuanmin, she had to go home through the drumming field. On that night, she went crazy. No one knew what she saw. Just because she was too scared, she couldn't think clearly and hid in the corner of the wall. Fang Wan's accident gave the drumming field a strange and scary color. The second thing happened in the old man's house in the village. Every night, Ya was busy making a fire outside the house, but the crying of the children in the house never stopped. The husband Ergu was lying on the bed, only watching TV, and didn't he even intend to take care of the child. Ya was so angry that she rushed into the neighbor's house and couldn't help but complain. Ergu had just lost his job and didn't he go out to find a new partner. Ya's long-held grudge suddenly broke out. Ergu was also helpless. The two of them said one thing and I said another. The more they quarreled, the more fierce they were, and no one dared to be soft. When they quarreled to the point of excitement, Ergu pointed at Ya's back and said, "If you can Getaro, get out of here." Ya was shaking all over. She didn't say a word. She simply tied a bag and pulled the child and was ready to go home. Ergu was angry and didn't hold back. But when he saw his mother disappear in the middle of the night, he gradually gave up his memories. It was dark. He was worried that the two of them were not safe on the road, but he couldn't pull his face touches. He thought it was better to let her go home first and calm down. He said he would see her tomorrow. He wrote that her took the child out of the door, and if he wanted to go to his mother's house, he had to go through the drum factory. As soon as he walked to the side of the factory, his son, Zhaoji, was scared to hide behind him. Ya was afraid of the dark, but there was nothing to be afraid of. But rumors of ghosts in the drum factory have been heard by both men and women in the village. These words were just to coax the child. Looking at the dark drum factory in front of him, Ya's mind came out. But at this time, the moon was covered by thick clouds, which was even more scary. Meow Meow walked on the empty drum factory, and her footsteps were particularly clear in the quiet night. She was still echoing, as if someone was following her. Ya was getting more and more scared, and couldn't help but turn around. When he was scared, Zhaoji suddenly pulled his leg, and he said, "Mom, there's Somioni ahead." Ya listened, and her heart was a little relaxed, and she thought that if someone accompanied her, she wouldn't be so scared. But when she looked closely, there were two little figures in the dark. It was a boy and a girl, two children, looking like 7 or 8 years old. Ya was confused. Whose child was still outside in the middle of the night? He hurriedly followed up, shouted 2 times, but the 2 children didn't seem to hear it. Ya took 2 steps forward, reaching out to pat one of the children's shoulders. Every time, the 2 children turned their heads slowly at the same time. That look made Ya lose her mind. They had no blood on their faces, only a layer of dry skin stuck to their bones. Their eyes were black, and they had no eyeballs at all. Ya screamed in horror, her eyes blackened, and shuffled to the ground. Fortunately, Zhaoji reacted quickly, and ran home crying all the way home. The second dog carried Ya, and hurriedly invited Drive. Who in the village? After Drive, who gave Ya a pulse, he said he was just scared, and he should be fine. But when the sound was just gone, Ya suddenly screamed in horror. She screamed like crazy, and then she wrapped herself in a blanket, and she wouldn't come out. When the Khan dog remembered that his son came back to report, he seemed to have seen the ghost, so he asked carefully. Zhaoji described the appearance of the 2 children he saw at the drum factory, and said he saw them dig into the haystack with his own eyes. The word haystack caught the attention of the second dog and drive. Who? Because the other people in the village who were scared were also near the haystack. Drive, who found the village head, and said the haystack drum factory was the source of the ghost. The village had also believed Drive, who, the next morning, he called a few strong guys to tear down the haystack. With a scream, the fire started to burn the grass on the haystack. Busy for 8 hours, the haystack was about to burn to the bottom, and the grass under the haystack emitted a stinging smell. Suddenly, a young man with a loud voice screamed. Others heard the sound and went around, only to see two small bodies at the bottom of the haystack. The body was a boy and a girl. They were only 7 or 8 years old, and they had long been dead. The villagers reported to the police. After the police investigation, it was confirmed that the two children had gone missing 2 years ago. At first, everyone thought the children had been kidnapped, but they were killed in action. After the bodies were transported, no one saw anything terrible in the drum factory. But even so, the villagers still did not want to pass by here at night. The villagers no longer piled grass here. The once bustling drum factory has since become a place that everyone does not know.